Good morning, class. This is Reader's Workshop, and the topic is fictional or traditional literature. I'm picking traditional literature, but before we read, I want to go over some points that I want you to look at. You should be using voice fluctuation. That means changing your voice when you see certain punctuation marks. For example, if you see a period at the end of the sentence, that means stop. Take a breath, and then continue. If you see an exclamation mark, that means you should be using an excited voice, like yelling or excitement, like, that's my dog, or happy birthday. If you see a question mark, your voice should go up because you're asking a question. Who is that? My voice went up. What are you doing? My voice went up. If you see a comma between words in a sentence, that means stop, take a breath, count to 3, and continue reading till you get to the end of the punctuation mark. If you get to quotation marks, that's telling you somebody or something's doing the talking. Change your voice to that character, to that person or thing, so you make the reading exciting. Another thing I want you to work on is character. Listen to the story and the people that are in, or the things that are in the story. Think about, how are they? Are they mean? Are they nice? Are they helpful? Are they grouchy? Okay, so focus on voice fluctuation, changing your voice with different punctuation marks, and also look at your characters, what type of person or thing it is. Okay. Now, I picked up this book and I thought it was so awesome. Look how beautiful it is. It has the gold trim, and it's coming from a collection called Once Upon a Time. So the story I'm going to read to you today, you may be familiar with the movie, or you may have read the story. Look, it even gives me a little golden strip. Okay. It's called Puss in Boots. Adapted, that means the author went and took the original story and tweaked it, changed it to make it his own or her own. Adopted by Harry Christ. Illustrated, that's the person who drew the pictures, by Victoria and Julius Lisi. So 2 people joined together to do the pictures. Like so many stories, this one begins once upon a time. This tale will reveal how a very unlikely person managed to marry the daughter of a king. Somehow he got to marry the king's daughter. The story begins with a cat called Puss, who belonged to an old farmer. After living a long and happy life, the old farmer passed away. He died, leaving his farm to his sons. The youngest son was the most saddened, very upset by the loss of his father. It was for this reason Puss, the cat, decided to make this son his new master. Puss felt certain that he could help the young man. As it happened, Puss had a wonderful speaking voice. "I am at your service," Puss said to the youngest son. "I'm afraid not," said the young man. "I cannot afford to take care of you." So he says, "I can't take care of you." "Ah, my master," replied Puss, "but it is who will take care of you. I ask for only 2 things, a pair of boots and a sack, a bag." The son hesitated. He waited for a moment, trying to figure out why a cat would want boots and a sack. Seeing no harm in it, he agreed. "I have an old pair of boots for you that you may use," said the son, "and a sack. Puss bowed before the young farmer and promised to do his best to make life better for him. So he was a nice little kitty cat. There's a picture. Puss set off into the forest with his boots. Puss was able to hike deep in the woods where the fattest rabbits lived. Puss had a plan to trap a rabbit to catch a rabbit. It would make the perfect meal for his new master. It didn't take long for the skilled hunter like Puss to succeed, to do well in his mission. In no time, his sack was heavy with one of the biggest rabbits in the forest had to offer. This rabbit was so magnificent, so wonderful, in fact, that it was fit for a king, which gave Puss an idea. Aha! Rather than taking his prize home to his master, Puss went straight to the king's palace. He let the guard know that he had a gift for the king. When the guard saw the beautiful rabbit, he bowed and allowed the mysterious visitor access, let him in to the king's straightaway, where he was. "This may be the finest rabbit I have ever laid eyes on," bellowed the king. "From whom do you bear this gift?" So who's having you come here to give me this gift, he's asking him. Puss bowed before the king and said, "It is a gift from my master. He is the Duke of Carabas." "I have not heard of this duke," said the king, "but such a magnificent gift will not be forgotten." He's always going to remember that. Puss bowed once again and took leave of the king. He returned to the castle every day for a week, each time bringing another gift to the king. So now think about what kind of character is Puss and how the king is feeling about this Duke of Carabas. Puss had planted a very important seed